Every great endeavor in this world starts from a good thought, survived in a good mind. I proudly welcome Mr. Mati Nadarajan to introduce 50 Hands to us for what it is about.
Thank you, JC, and welcome everyone. So thank you so much for all the esteemed guests, who have, agreed to, join us today in inaugurating this, organization. We are really honored to have you all, today in this session. Around March, when the government actually, started the quarantine process, it was very surprising. Never in our life we have gone through this kind of a scenario. And then around early April, we realized that we are into something which is going to fundamentally change our lifestyle. This is not going to be the same yesterday which we lived. So we wanted to do something great or good to the people, to the society. So as few members and friends, joined together, we started exploring what we want to do. So, for example, when I started, walking to the grocery shop, buying or picking up the grocery from the grocery store and delivering to the driveway seems to be a great help, which I've never in my life thought that this would be something people think it as a great help. So we started thinking maybe there is a lot more people who need help. So how do we help? So we came up with this vision called Humans for Good, Information for Good, and Innovation for Good. Over the period of last 3 months, we have been handling this on a stealth mode, trying to explore ourselves, discover ourselves, trying to find where the community, the local communities needed help, and how we as engineers can start helping people. This is how it started. And let's get into what we see in the market today. This is a July case study from McKinsey, and this is just a snippet of the digital tsunami which is actually wiping the current world today. So if you look at it, more than 50% of the retailers are experiencing a fundamental shift where their yesterday's customer are no more shopping with them. They wanted to actually explore new vendors who has the digital capabilities. It is not only happening with retailers, it is happening in the banking industry, it is happening in the manufacturing industry, it is happening in the travel industry. So this, we call it as a digital tsunami. It is going to impact big time, the world economy. Now let's look at how a sample scenario of a retailer. In the past, a retailer, the customer comes to them, their like a presence or a location in a prime area is considered to be like their differentiator. They have to have like an on-demand inventory anytime you walk in, so that is considered to be one of the powerful selling factors. They need to like arrange their planograms in such a way that people can easily see and buy. You need to attract the customers. If you look at today's world, we can again divide the process as a buying process, moving to the stores, and selling process, and again moving to the customer. So there is a global outbreak happening. Before you buy, you need to start looking at what is happening in the other country where you are procuring the product. There are geopolitical situations where people are talking about this has to be sold in this country. Only if we meet the demands of the people in this country, then you can sell it to other countries. You're also having challenges in terms of cross-border. Your demand and supply is completely changed. We prefer to go and buy fresh food. Today, nobody wants to go do fresh food because there are human hands touching it. They want to go and buy frozen food. This has fundamentally shifted the demand and supply. If you are trying to sell it to your customer, again you need to look at what is a local outbreak, maybe within the store or within the community, and before they make a decision to go and buy. Now the physical locations are all moving towards digital platforms. So now you need to start looking at online. You have to like sell these products through mobile. You need to start thinking about offering real-time promotions while the customer is shopping. Because you cannot plan 2 weeks or 3 weeks ahead. You wanted to communicate with your customer while they are shopping through a chat bot. You wanted to look at your logistics, how you could actually meet the expectations by sending it quickly. Now the customer is not coming to you. You have to find your customer by like advertising and digital marketing and social media. So the skills required to support or work in a retailer is also fundamentally changing. If the particular retailer is digitally enabled, they are successful. If they are not ready, the same digital channels would disrupt the retailer. This is the reality. With that being said, let's look at the impact of pandemic. This is a July case study. 50% of the jobs which were supposed to be, available before the pandemic won't be available after the pandemic or after the quarantine. This is fundamentally shifting the skill sets of the employees. 41% of the startups across the globe today, they have less than 3 months cash reserve to run their operations. 40% of small businesses need a minimum of 1 year to settle their coronavirus debt, which is averaging around 90,000 USD. And we are talking about small businesses where the maximum number of employees is between 1 to 4. Now think about bigger corporations. With that being said, we sensed there is a challenge. How do we take that and 50 hands and organization start helping them? Our vision is humans for good, information for good, and innovation for good. With that being said, the first opportunity is how do we enable employees? 50% of the population is, will not be seeing the same skill sets available in the market. There are a lot more graduates coming out of the colleges. How do we help them become digital savvy? And that is where the first mission is. We are launching this, digital internship program where people can actually help any companies who are looking to, get into online, mobile, talking about digital supply chain, talking about real-time promotions, develop a chatbot, or even digital marketing and social media. This would help the corresponding retailer, or in this case, an employer, to be successful. And that is what we call as a digital accelerator program. People who wanted to actually get into digital can leverage the interns to get this work done. And this we are doing is as a digital philanthropy, digital volunteering service. With that being said, I actually hand over to JC and team to get the chief guest talk about it. So our journey starts today. Thank you so much, the VIT students, the SIET students, the Knowledge Institute students, and the volunteers across Canada and USA to to bring this to the today's starting. Thank you so much.